Orioles need to do something though, and I don't know
Absolutely.
what that is.
Yeah.
And
Neither do I. I mean, they kind of missed. It feels like they kind of missed several opportunities to.
Yeah, I still don't understand why they wouldn't go out and trade for Crochet. Like, that was just such a perfect deal for them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, didn't they? Did you guys catch the article recently that was something about like ranking all the MLB teams as far as their farm systems, and it was like who does the best at international development, who does the best at drafting, and I don't know if they were asking execs or something, but then they had them all vote for a team, and Orioles won in like who's the biggest prospect Hugging by far.
Yeah, it was like 60%, and then the next highest answer was like 15.
Well, I've also seen the other issue I've seen with Mike Elias is that Mike Elias suffers from, this is a phrase I love to use, Mike Elias suffers from smartest guy in the room syndrome as a GM, where he is really good at his job, but it's that idea of, and this is something that the Cardinals used to deal with, and I think they've gotten away from #Himes League, but like the Cardinals used to be like the biggest offenders of this, which is like they had to be the fucking smartest guy in the room, and they had to make the move that was absolutely perfect every single time to like ha. And I think the Orioles are just kind of in that.
Yeah,
like the Trevor Rogers move stunk of like we can fix him. Yeah, and it's like,
and they don't have good player like they don't have good pitching development. They don't
pitching.
Position
player. I was
if you want to zoom out a little bit, I mean, I think that the smartest guy in the room thing tracks back a little bit to, we've had this track record, of success in Houston, and we're going to bring it here. Yep. It's really interesting that he and Farhan both now have really failed to, I mean, they Farhan went to the Giants, Mike Elias went to the Orioles. They definitely did good things. Like they turned things over. Farhan put together a 107 win team. And
which, yeah.
A little luck. But
yeah,
what I'm saying is like what the Astros did was phenomenal, and these guys both now have left, and I think we can say at this point objectively failed to recreate it.
I don't know about that for Baltimore.
I'm pretty confident right now that saying if the Baltimore's
have anywhere near the pitching that they need,
if the Orioles continue on their current trajectory, they are absolutely not close to emulating what the Astros have done.
No, fair. Okay, yeah, okay. Failure in that context. But yeah, I think Farhan is an objective failure outright. I think Mike Elias is a success story in Baltimore. I think that's undisputable.
Yeah. But
I think if they had fired Mike Elias like in the beginning of 2024, it would have been hired a much more proactive GM. It would have been perfect.
Dave Dombrowski, if he was still out there.
Like, dude, you can't fire Elias after in 2023 you lost.
After 23, you can't. Yeah,
dude, they ran into the Rangers buzzsaw. Like, no one on planet Earth can fault that Orioles team for like. I know it's like you can claim it to be cope because it's like, well, they won the World Series, but like, yeah, they lost to the power of friendship team. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh well,
I don't.
Like, shit happens.
Think that's the right term for the Rangers either. But okay.
That was the 2023 Rangers. It was. Dude, that lineup, bro, that was Corey Seager, Marcus Semien, and a bunch of hodgepodge. Like, their rotation was like grizzled vets having career years. Like, J-Mo, career year, best year of his life was 2023. Like, Evaldi, like, pulling that out of the tank still. Like, it was a lot of things went right at the right time.
I was just thinking about the money spent. That's why I don't think it's
maybe.
Team.
But they were giving Josh Smith regular PT, were they not? Like that. That's still impressive. But I don't know. I get your point. The Orioles this is a big year for them.
It's a big year, and they're laying down. They're not doing a thing. I mean, we've talked multiple times now. The rotation is straight up not good enough, and what you're banking on from your offense after you've lost Santander, who's absolutely a non-zero contributor to that offense, is, Adley has to be
Anthony Santander.
I think Adley will get back. Adley will get back to being.
Adley will get back, but I need to see a full season out of him before I'm ready to rely on it at this point.
Really?
Yeah,
guys got 5 WAR seasons under his belt and 1 3 WAR, and you're saying
And at this point, he's a 27-year-old catcher who's been ridden on pretty hard so far.
Sure. I will say,
I mean, I just think
we can
you
wax
let
poetic about-
Santander walk and sign cheaper Santander, and then you let Burns walk and you replace him with Sugano and
Hey, yeah, I mean, the
Sugano and
Charlie Morton.
The Tyler O'Neill signing is not bad if it wasn't the only thing that they did.
Right.
Yeah,
but what I'm saying, like,
for Anthony Santander, who gets hurt more.
So when we're talking about Mike Elias overall, there's two sides of the coin. You have to develop this talent, but you're never going to develop a full team's worth of talent that comes up together. He has absolutely put together enough young talent to build a roster around, but you have to actually make an impact acquisition that isn't trading for a year of Corbin Burns and then letting him walk when you fizzle out and you have a team that completely lays down at the plate in the wildcard series.
I will say this though, we can wax poetic about Baltimore's rotation and like, oh man, like, is it that good? Da 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 da. I mean, by the end of the year, and again, I'm doing the Wenger bit. I am, but I'm like Bradish, Eflin, Rodriguez. I'm like, those are three good starting pitchers. They just need an ace. If they go and trade for Dylan Cease, if I get that notification right now, I'm fine with their rotation. Charlie Morton is your 5.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? They need an ace.
but they have to do it.
Their plan is I hope for Orioles fans' sakes that their plan is we're going to wait for Bradish to come back and because that'll be midseason. Rodriguez, Eflin, that's a good 2 3 4. Whoever just go get Cease. Let the Padres sign Sasaki. I really think that's what they're waiting for. Is the Sasaki news will drop, and then the Padres are going to go, this is a great time for us to fucking capitalize on Cease's value, clear the money off the books, and they can just they need to pull that trigger.
Yeah.
Because if it's September 1st and it's Cease, Rodriguez, Eflin, Bradish, Morton.
But then
I'm chilling.
I'm just keeping on. I respect your take. I'm keeping on with my devil's advocate bit here.
No, that's just what content is for. Please do.
I'm not 100% comfortable relying on perfect pitching health, and that's kind of an assumption that's underlying what you're saying here. And I'm going to take things out to the bigger picture here as well. One of the big hurdles, supposedly, to building a contender in Baltimore is an owner that's unwilling to spend. That owner is gone. The new owner has come in, and in theory, you've got more money to back what you're doing here. They're not doing a thing with it. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to kind of throw out the argument that there might – I don't think you're doing a lot to inspire confidence in this team when you're making moves around the edges and hoping that the right opportunity falls into your lap.
Yeah, that's fair.
I really just they just should have traded for Crochet. It makes absolutely zero sense why they didn't.
Well, yeah, it's also Luis Castillo's an option. Like that's what I mean. Like Rudy, I get your point too. Like
he's not that guy anymore. Luis Castillo isn't an ace.
Yeah, but like the thing is if you have ownership / a general manager that isn't going to be willing to like go spend for one, then you need to get as many guys that are like number 2s as possible. And that's what you would do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but because you can on the market, and you have the best system in baseball, and you have Samuel Basallo and Adley Rutherford. Like you can just trade Basallo and filler for Crochet, like the Red Sox did with Teal.
I think they want Basallo to be their first baseman, though. Jackson Holiday at second, put Gunnar at third.
Well, yeah, sure.
Or Gunnar at short. Like
Garrett is really fucking good.
Yeah, they should just go get Bregman. Put Gunnar at short.
Yeah,
like
I don't know. I mean,
Bregman would be a sick move for them.
I think. I mean, aside from the addition of someone like Bregman, I think.
Yeah, dude, he would be. That it put Gunnar at shortstop. Like you have your infield is theoretically then set for like the next 5-6 years. Like that's locked in.
They don't have a spot for him.
Who put him at third base?
They got Jordan Westberg there right now.
You put Westberg at first. Like who cares?
Then what the fuck do you do
Forget
with
all that.
Mountcastle and O'Hearn?
One
Ryan
of them,
O'Hearn. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, that come on, yeah. All right, oh, two guys we gave 350 plate appearances apiece to, like whatever. Do you know what? Do you know what both of those guys put together do? What Connor Norby does for 650 plate appearances? Like you say thanks for your time.
I'll tell you what though, Ryan O'Hearn has some sort of wizardry in his back pocket for how he spun his career into 6 years of major league service time.